Hey y'all, it's Bree Nicole. I'm just outside right now at this park. I don't want to show everything because I don't like to show, people's address. I ain't got no place to stay right now, but oh shoot, but you know. So I was about to say, um, about to give you a little quick word. Okay, so happiness. A lot of times we think that money is gonna make us happy. We think that when our situation changes, it's gonna make us happy, and we think that when God comes through and gives us the help that we asked Him, and He just works a miracle in our life, we think that it's gonna change. When it changes, when this changes, I'm gonna be happy. Well, I feel like sometimes we might find ourselves, still not happy, like, after that thing happens. But right now, God is teaching me happiness because, before He prepares you, He will prepare you for a good thing before you receive this good thing. So happiness, before you receive your promise, He has to teach you, He has to know that you'll give. He has to teach you to be a giver. He has to know that your heart is right, because when you get your money and get your blessing and everything, you still ain't gonna be happy if you just not happy, So you have to practice being happy in your current situation. Like, one time I walked outside. This was like a couple of days ago. God said, I walked outside and after praying in tongues, and I looked at this tree. It was a pine tree. I looked at it and I looked at its colors, and I was like, God, what are you telling me? I don't get it. I was like, God, this tree is beautiful. And then I looked at the other tree and the colors is different. I was like, God, what is it that you're telling me? That tree is beautiful too. Then I looked at all the trees, all the pine trees. I'm like, these pine trees are beautiful. Then I walked outside. I walked by another pine tree. It was like a piece of paper right there, and the piece of paper was like bright. It was like bright color. And I was like, wow, with this pine tree right here and this piece of paper and the way the grass is just looking, the grass is just green, and then the pine cones just right here. God, this is just beautiful. It's just something about the paper that just makes the tree and the grass and everything just pop out and stand out. It's something about the imperfect things. It's something about the things that's that's different. It's something about the things that's out of place. They may seem out of place. It's something about the beautiful things. I just want y'all to ask God to open up your eyes to beautiful things. Because that day I seen a car. And when I seen that car, it was like rusty. I could tell nobody was driving it. The tire was messed up. But where it was sitting at, it was just literally in front of the apartment complex. And it was right next to another car. And I was just like, it's something beautiful about that car. Like, I was trying to make sure the little boy, okay, it makes sense. Alright, it's just something about that car where it was just sitting at, it was just something beautiful about it. The way that it rusted, the way that the rust was on the car, the way that it was just like a blue, and it was just like a light blue, and the tires were all rusty. I was picturing like a model or something sitting in front of it and taking a picture, because that would be a nice car for a model or somebody to take a picture in front of. So I was looking that whole day. I was like, that car is something beautiful about that car. And it was just like an old rusty car. And then I looked at this tree. And the tree, every time I see this tree, I'm like, this tree is so beautiful because it's like peeling. Like the tree, like the whole branch on the tree is just peeling. It's like peeling like paper. It has little rits and peels and stuff on it, and on the branches, and then the leaves are like a bright green. So I'm just looking, I'm like, it's something beautiful about imperfect things. And God spoke to me that day. He said, see, nothing is perfect, but all things is beautiful. He said, nothing is perfect, but all things is beautiful. See, it's the imperfect things that make a person beautiful. It's the imperfect things that make things beautiful. If you go outside and look at a tree right now, you can see so much stuff on it. And somebody would look at that same tree and be like, you know what? I think somebody needs to get that green stuff off of it because I think it's mold. Or I think it's this, and I don't know what it is. It just look weird. But if you look at it, it's God's creation, and God's creation is beautiful, and whatever's on it is beautiful. And when the birds land on it, it's beautiful. And the way the branches is, when the branches fall off of it, is beautiful. It's just something beautiful about imperfect things. And you have to be able to see the beautiful things in your now. You have to be able to enjoy the blessings that God already gave you, and the things that He's already done for you before He even blesses you with with your promise, which you've been waiting for. Because God got me out of jail, y'all. I was locked up in jail in Miami, and there was so much going on. And I'm going to speak about it because that's who I am. That's God created me to be. I'm going to speak about it on another video. But I was locked up in Miami. I was locked up in there for a month, and I wasn't even supposed to be in there for a month. But when I got out, God let me out because didn't nobody have to pay a bond. Didn't nobody have to pay a bond. It was $2,500. I had been praying to God. And that's a long story because I got to tell you how I got in there. And I promise you I'm going to tell y'all. When I got out, nobody paid $2,500. That's how much my bond was. Then nobody had that money. My mama, when I got out instantly. It was like suddenly. I was just as usual, up against my door, just praying, God, let me out. 'Cause I know I'm not supposed to be in here. I was starving in there. When I got out, I was so skinny. I was being drugged. They was putting drugs in my food, so I couldn't eat. They was putting drugs in my water, so I couldn't drink. So when I got out, that day I had been praying to God like usual, leaning up against my door, praying like, God, help me. Help me. Help me get out of here. I had been praying that every day. And then suddenly, and I was thinking I was going to have to run up out of there, break up out of there. And then suddenly, they just released me. And when they released me, they was like, yeah, we released you and you don't have to pay no bond. It was $2,500. And when they released me, they was like, who is your mom? What's your mama name? Because my mama and my sister had came up there to pick me up, and I was thinking I was going to have to catch a bus back home because I'm from Alabama. I stayed in Huntsville, Alabama, but, I'm finna have to get ready to go back up there anyways because, alright. But I'm not going to get all into detail about that, but, so it's like, God got me out of that situation. God got me out of that, and I gained my weight back because I was so small, and I should have took a picture, but I was real insecure about my weight because I was just small, like no meat on my bones at all. But ain't nothing wrong with that. It's beautiful things in that too. So, like, you just gotta look at the things that God has done for you. Because if you don't, I feel like if you don't find happiness in your current situation, then the next promise that you ask God to promise you, you're gonna be like unhappy in that too. You're gonna be unhappy in the next promise, and then the next one. You gotta find happiness in your current. Find happiness in your current situation and just know that God is finna get you up out of it. God is finna help you. God is finna save you. God is working on you. God got you. Like you took. I've been telling God for a long time. I've been telling him, God, thank you for putting me on the right track. Just take time out every day and just thank him, God. Thank you for putting me on the right track. Thank you, because I was at the store selling CDs, and I would have got in the industry not knowing, anything. So thank you, God, for putting me on the right track. Thank you for putting me on the right track. Thank you for showing me beautiful things, because it's beautiful things in my current, situation, and it's beautiful things that you've already done. It's beautiful things that you're still doing inside of me. Because your eyes have to be open to the beautiful things. Because it's always going to be something that's going to try to take your eyes off of things and try to make you unhappy. And you got to have happiness and faith in while you're waiting, and having hope and joy while you're waiting on your next, and then your next, and then your next. So ask God, open up my eyes to beautiful things. I don't know what God did that day, but ever since he gave me a change of heart, he did. Because the only thing I did was I was praying in tongues. That's the reason why it's so important to pray in tongues. And if you haven't done it, if you haven't done it, just ask God, God, can you help me? Help me pray in tongues, because it's a gift that everybody has, you know. Like, it's something beautiful in everything. It's something beautiful in the middle of your disaster, in the middle of all this stuff going on. It's beautiful things in the middle of it. So you just have to keep your eyes on the beautiful things. Keep your eyes on the things that make you happy, and keep your eyes on God. And wait patiently and have faith and hope that he's about to change it. And thank him and speak that, God, thank you. Because if you're unhappy all the time and you, no, God, I don't know. I'm waiting for this. But I remember when I was locked up and I was just like, God, I just want to get out. Because I wasn't even supposed to be in there that long. And I was just thinking, God, that's the happiness I was waiting for. The happiness of me getting out. Then when I got out, I was happy. And I was smiling all the time. And I was just felt happy, then I went right back to my feelings, and I'm like, God, now I'm waiting on my kingdom spouse. I'm waiting on my kingdom marriage. And most people don't know this because I ain't put it on here, but my kingdom marriage is a LBGTQ kingdom marriage. And I hear a lot of people, and I feel like I should speak on this, a lot of people saying, you know, stuff like, y'all aren't supposed to be like I heard this one girl. I remember when God was telling me about my marriage a long time ago, and then this video came up about with this girl, and she was like, God was saying that you was thinking that this is what she said. She was like, you was thinking that you're thinking that God is gonna give you somebody who is within your same gender, and I'm sorry, he's not gonna do that, and da 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 da. And I'm like, well, dang. So I was confused, but I was like, I don't know why I keep seeing marriage. I was like, dang, like, I know what I like, but I was like, I don't get why I keep seeing marriage. And then he put it in my spirit. He was like, you're finna get married. And then when he told me that, I was like, I kind of rejected it in a way. I was like, nah, that's not possible. And so I was like, then I remember talking to God. I remember actually getting a little drunk, and I was drinking, because when I drink, I just pour out my feelings, just pour out my feelings and express my feelings. I don't drink no more, and I think I need to get into talk a lot about the things that God has pulled me up out of and helped me with, just so people can understand that he's here for you, and he's not gonna reject you, and he's not a religious God. He's just a God that loves. That's it. And you're always supposed to repent because he died on the cross for your sins, you know. So I was drinking, I was drunk, and I remember writing a song because I'm an artist. I remember writing like a song, and then it was like a beautiful song about me longing after a girl. Like, one of the lyrics was, what did I say? Float away. Yeah, float away. Longing after your love. I was searching in my past, longing after your love. Something like that. Trying not to trip over my... Yeah, that's what it was. Longing after your love, trying not to trip over my past. Because I was just like longing after just somebody that I just wanted. That was my heart desire, to have somebody a woman that I can marry, and we could just be in love. That dog's so cute. But I was like trying not to trip on my past. I wasn't trying to go back in the past, you know. I wasn't trying to go look back in the past for, you know how you look back in the past for people and they not really meant for you because they in the past. Some of them, sometimes is how it is. So, anyway, I was thinking about that, and I started laying down, and I started talking to God, and I was like, God, I don't know, I don't really like dudes. I was like, I wish that, I can have I think that's what I said, I wish I could have a girl that, I was just expressing my feelings about me liking women and stuff. And so, then I went to sleep, and God showed me again. He was like, he showed me his hand pointing at my kingdom spouse. I keep saying my wife. I just keep saying it. But at my kingdom spouse, my wife. And I ain't met her yet, but it's a time to come to pass. So at my kingdom spouse, I was like, Okay, wow. So God was telling me, hey, everything you will prosper through her. Like your covenant will be through her. You will prosper through her. Everything is through her. So he was pointing like through her, and he showed me that same dream. That's the second time he showed me that dream, and he showed me her with like with two rings and stuff, and it was black rings, and they said equality on them, equality. But I was just like confused, because I don't know. It was weird. I was confused. God told me right before, he taught me not too long before I went to Miami. He taught me that I needed to find acceptance in myself. Sometimes you cannot have acceptance in yourself when God is only telling you, hey, I love you and I get it. And I created you, and it's okay. I will find you somebody that's right for you. I will find you the person that's I will give you your heart desires. I will put you with someone in the same gender, because I see beautiful things in it. This is my creation. Like nobody created the earth but me. So he's not religious. God is love. That's what God is. God is love. And he sees love in beautiful things like that. Like gay marriage. Like people don't get it. Some people have a religious spirit, and some people don't interpret things right. And then sometimes they just don't. God has been like, he just said to me, he said, y'all are equal. I seen equality because y'all are equal. And a long time I didn't get it, because sometimes people will try to like explain stuff in a way that's like, yeah, probably got married before you met God, or just something like that, but it's not. It's just equal. He made it to where everyone is equal. It's equal. But one thing about God, he can tell the difference between love and lust. And when you just have desires for somebody, or when you actually have love for the same gender. He created you, so he's your creator. So that's like God. I feel like God sees beautiful things in it, because he really like. When I got out, I started seeing more and more signs that I'm closer to my marriage. He even gave me my spouse's name, and her name is Maria. That's her name. And he showed me. I'm gonna tell you one of my dreams that he showed me. I know I might be getting a little off topic, but this is about beautiful stuff too. So he showed me a dream of, I had been seeing 21 a lot. So 21, and excuse me if I get it wrong, the Revelations. So I've been seeing 21 in Revelations, and it's talking about the new heavens, the new Jerusalem. He's been showing me 6:21, and when you look at the 21, the Revelations, when you go to 6, you'll see that he said it's already done. So he was just showing me that how it's already done, the marriage is already done, and everything is like he already did it. It's already happening. It's a time to come to pass. It's already done. The heavens are open. He already shifted things. Things are shifted, but it's already done. So I'm like, God was showing me that, and so I seen in my dream, and in my dream, that night before I went to sleep, I was thinking about my God ordained wife, and this is a little weird, but of course I was actually masturbated, and I was thinking about my wife, not in a sexual way, but just because I'm not talking to nobody, and I'm not sleeping with nobody. ears cut off, and of course, like that's normal things to God. God is our Father. So, and then that night that I went to sleep, God showed me a dream about her. So when He showed me a dream about her, He gave me her name. And so this is how it happened. I was sitting at a table with a whole bunch of people, and sitting at a table with women, and then I got up and walked off. People was like gathering stuff, like they'll get up. A man will come get them and take them off somewhere, and they will go bring like a book back. So I'm like, all right. He came, he represented the Holy Ghost, taking us out on this journey to go find our spouses, and just the journey that we're on, period. So I walked off, and he took me, and then when I came back with a book, and it said it with big bold white letters. It said Books of Revelations, the book of Revelation of Maria. That's what I was seeing. I was like, And I thought about it. I haven't seen the Revelations. I looked up 21, and I'm like, chapter 21. I'm like, oh, okay. So that, and it's been talking about a bride. It's been talking about the New Jerusalem, and God been showing me 6:21 that it's already done. So I'm like, wow. And He showed me her name. So this is the thing. When I came back, I put my books down. And I see the book of Revelation of Maria. And then God, I looked around. People was looking at me like mine was wrong, So they was looking at me like mine was wrong because God is finna work through me to show people that God is love, and to get them to understand, things more, because at these times He's trying to gain as many souls. You get it, it's a fight for souls. God already won that. Jesus already won that when He died on the cross for our sins. But He's using us to, revive them, and He's working through us at this time. So, God is doing amazing things. He's showing people that He's opening up people's eyes to things that they thought that they knew. Like, it's things that you thought you knew about God, but you didn't know. You didn't understand. You don't understand why His children act the way they do. You don't get it. And you're interpreting it wrong. You find an understanding. Sometimes people find an understanding where they just quite can't find acceptance at. He might be telling you something, you're like, I don't get it, because I always thought that you was this type of person, but what the world thinks about God is not Him. God is love. God is love. God is love. God is actually creating people different. God will give you your heart desires. He knew how you was gonna act. He knew you was gonna like men. He knew you was gonna like women. So you just don't get it, God sees beautiful things. So, I want you to see beautiful things in your life, and find acceptance in the things that you need to find acceptance in, that God is trying to tell you, hey, look, this is what I know you. I know you better than you know you. You don't quite know me, for real. And I'm trying to show you that I'm love. I love you. I love you. I love you. I love you. I'm not religious. Don't listen to them. Don't listen to them. And it's a blessing, because He giving me my heart desires, and I'm going to prosper through my wife from my music and different stuff. And I'm able to, do my purpose. And I'm able to like lead people that's being led wrong by the world, that's gay and stuff like that, to God. I'm able to lead them to God. So, and there's a big difference between love and lust. He knows your heart, and he knows your heart desires, and he knew you. Not the truth is, not everybody's finna marry a man and a woman. Not everybody finna be together like that. That's the truth. So God is opening up your eyes to things, and he's showing you that, hey, put me in your life. Put me in your life, because put me in your love life. Put me in every single area of your life. God is a jealous God. He wants to show you that I want you in every single area of your life. I want to be in every single area. Be in every area. Because I want to show you who you're supposed to marry. I want to put you with your spouse. I want to make you happy. I want to put y'all together. God keeps telling me beautiful things. He keeps saying beautiful things. He's like, beautiful. He said, I'm making things beautiful. When I talk to God, I'm like, God. And we all get a little frustrated. I'm like, God, when? I'm like, I don't, God is saying, I'm making things beautiful. God is making things beautiful. He's making it to where, like you will get everything. You will get the life that you always desired. You will get the man you desired. You will get the woman you desired. But the way the world is set up, some people might look at a relationship and they need to be treated with acceptance. And the world needs to accept it. The world needs to find acceptance too. Not just in itself, but in gay marriage, period. This is God's world. This is God's people. God created the world. God created everything. He's not religious. Some people have a religious spirit. And some people don't get stuff, So beautiful things. Beautiful things, beautiful things, beautiful things, beautiful things shall come.